Today, we are taking you to Hell's Door. Yes, you heard right. It's the Darwaza gas crater in Turkmenistan, where the pit that's 100 feet deep and 226 feet wide was created by engineers in 1971. To prevent the release of toxic gases from the pit, the scientists burned the gas off. The fire, which was expected to last a few weeks, has continued to burn for almost 50 years and continues to burn today. Welcome to Kaleidoscope, where we are positive, daring, different. On the show today, Sri Lanka's inventive genius changes the teabag game, the winter season and Sri Lanka's tourism, and walking through paradise at the Barefoot Gallery. Did you know that Kaleidoscope is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn? Remember to subscribe, follow and like us for more. A massive thank you to our partners on the show, Amari Colombo, Srilanka Life, CDB and The Daily Morning for being amazing.
CDB Hybrid Leasing. Enjoy exclusive interest rate and much more for hybrids, plug-in hybrids and EV vehicles.
Looking back at the week that was on CDB Snapshot, Sri Lanka enters deflation for the first time since 1995, with the annual inflation rate in Colombo falling to a negative 0.5% in September. Electricity rates could be reduced by 30% with restructuring of the CEB and increased focus on alternative energy and reducing reliance on thermal power. Sri Lanka's entrepreneurial boom continues with a 14.37% year-on-year rise in new business registrations in Q3. Sri Lanka's passport ranks number 95 in the Henley Passport Index along with Iran and South Sudan. Singapore is number 1. Russia fines Google $20 decillion for blocking pro-Russian channels on YouTube. The world's GDP is just $110 trillion. The world's largest captive crocodile, 18-foot-long Cassius, dies at a sanctuary in Australia. BRAT is the Collins Dictionary Word of the Year for 2024.
You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Srilanka Life.
Welcome to Srilanka Life News Capsule. Sri Lanka is set to reach $5 billion in tourism revenue this year with about 2.3 million tourist arrivals. But as we step into the winter season, the recent security concerns, controversial narratives and travel advisories popping up, what does the winter season look like for Sri Lanka tourism? Of course, TripAdvisor advertises the 10 best Sri Lankan winter activities and Cinnamon U blog called Sri Lanka the perfect warm winter destination. I met up with the president of the Sri Lanka Association of Inbound Travel Operators, or SLITO as it is called, Nalin Jayasundara, to get a handle on things. What is the winter season looking like for Sri Lanka, given that we've had a really good run this year?
Winter season looks very promising, and we expect the emerging markets as well as the traditional markets to perform well. Of course, we can expect quite a lot of charter movements from countries like Russia, CIS, that region as well as Eastern Europe. Then the traditional markets like UK, Germany, France will pick up, and we can expect good numbers from India as well. But I think we can do better if we can launch this global marketing campaign and target the consumer and get the consumers to request for Sri Lanka. Then the numbers will increase.
How do geopolitical tensions impact Sri Lanka's tourism?
Tourism is a very sensitive industry. If there is any political issue, that can affect us. Then in addition to that, if there is an economic crisis in a country, that also can affect Sri Lanka. So geopolitics definitely will affect. Now, just to give you an example, the situation in the Red Sea area is affecting cruise tourism business. During the next winter season, we were expecting about 50 cruise calls. That number will definitely reduce due to the tensions that is prevailing in that region. Then if you take countries like, say, for example, Israel, Iran, at the moment there is tension in that region, that area. So the arrivals that we were expecting from those countries will also reduce. But to compensate for that, hopefully the traditional markets and the emerging markets that I mentioned will do well.
So, given what we have experienced in the last few weeks, what are the challenges for you for Sri Lanka tourism moving forward into this winter season?
You're referring to this alert, the security alert. So the two operators and our partners overseas, they were concerned about it. But I think the government managed it well. They took the necessary precautions and they kept us informed regarding the steps that they were taking. So we were able to communicate effectively to our partners overseas. But our concern is with regard to future bookings. We have not received many cancellations.
When you're opening up for this season, are you seeing any new product offerings coming up?
Say, for example, if you take Pico Trail, a lot of tour operators and our partners, they are inquiring about it. So that is one of the products that we can offer as a new product. Most of the destination management companies, they have designed new products and they have put it out and they have shared that with their tour operators overseas.
And now for a peek at our markets this week.
At the Colombo Stock Exchange, the upward momentum of the all-share price index halted, while the market price earnings ratio still remains at an attractive 8.6 times earnings. The World Bank predicts a significant oil oversupply in the coming years, leading to a potential drop in prices below $60 per barrel. Meanwhile, this week, a strong US dollar pushed oil prices below $74 per barrel. Gold holds steady at record highs of $2,745 per ounce as investors keenly await the outcome of the tightly contested US presidential race.
Dutch artist Theo Jansen is the creator of wind-powered kinetic sculptures named Strandbeests that can walk on their own. Have you heard of Lusail City? Located in Qatar, it is technologically advanced with a high-speed fiber network, a centralized cooling system, sustainability measures, and it looks like it is from the future. A smart city indeed. The teabag Constanta was the very first machine to produce double-chamber tea bags in the 1940s. But after it was put to rest, in 1997, the teabag Perfecta machine was invented to produce staple-free double-chamber tea bags. But while this met European standards, it was not the most cost-effective or efficient, and with a large number of stapling tea bag machines around the world, the search was on for the conversion of these as a more cost-effective, efficient alternative. Enter Sri Lanka's Rohan Dilanarol, who had a breakthrough. Patented in 2018, he began rolling out the converted machines, first for Unilever India and then for Tata Beverages, also adding $3 million into Sri Lanka's economy. Rohan Dilanarol was recently honoured at the Commonwealth Business Excellence Awards as Sustainable Innovator of the Year, Engineering Innovator of the Year and multiple other awards. And he's with me in the studio today to tell his story. Rohan, welcome to the show and congratulations on your multiple awards. Tell me a little bit about what exactly this C2S convert to staple-free machine is.
It's an existing machine which produces normal double chamber tea bags with a thread and tag. The thread and the tag is attached to the label and the bag with staples. Now there is a trend, a worldwide trend, where they want to avoid the staples as it is a health hazard. If people go through this change, what is going to happen to the existing machine? So that's the one that got me looking at this, you see.
So how many times did you attempt this before you finally had that eureka moment?
I would say day and day out, and even in my sleep. I had sleepless nights trying to solve certain problems. You see. So it was a 24-hour job.
So in putting this conversion together, what challenges did you come across?
Oh, a lot. That's why I said that I had a lot of sleepless nights, you see. So because when you start on something, you see now this will happen, what are you going to do to solve that? But without something to work on, it's very difficult to sort out those problems. So what I did was I started on the basic thing that I had already drawn on a board, just a blackboard. You see? I started making that. And while making only, I improved the whole thing to get the very successful unit. Even in the night, I used to put my voice up, hey, I got it. And sometimes early in the morning, we would struggle with it till very late. And maybe at about 4 or 5 o'clock, I get up for something, and within 4 or 5 seconds, I solve the problem, you see.
What has the tea industry's feedback been, both here and abroad?
Tea industry in Sri Lanka, the feedback was I must tell you, very, very slow. But India, they were really out for it because they had a major problem because their country banned tea bags with staples. And the entire country was full of tea bags with staples there. So they had a major problem. So there were few people, interested parties, who were pushing me to do this.
What challenges do inventors face?
If a person has the knack for this and if he starts doing something and they show it on paper, he should be encouraged. Monetary wise, I mean, what else do you expect? You don't expect them anything else from them. What you need is some money to take it forward.
Any inspiring words for young inventors wanting to crack the code and revolutionize systems?
I think if you have an idea and if you think it is working, go ahead and do it. Don't expect any encouragement or help from any of these bureaucratic fellows. Just forget about it. You carry on and you do the job and you take it forward somehow. Don't wait for any other person's help, especially from the government side.
Thank you very much, Rohan. Congratulations again, and here's looking forward to more inventions from you. I'm enjoying an exhibition at the Barefoot Gallery where a group of artists are displaying their works in a show titled Many Roads Through Paradise. The title is taken from Shyam Selvadure's An Anthology of Sri Lankan Literature. Showcasing the quintessence of Sri Lanka and how it feeds off the diversity of its communities, the exhibiting artists were from various locations, walks of life, ethnicities and cultures, weaving a continuous thread of belonging, identity and country. The title itself spotlights how this paradise isle of Sri Lanka doesn't have a singular road, but multiple roads that encompass that paradise. Windy, straight, narrow, wide, bumps, potholes, endless at all. While the works themselves narrate the strength and resilience of rural women, ecological diversity interpreted from above and the delicate existence of it all, journeying through past and present in camouflage landscapes, identity markers in post-war Sri Lanka, displacement, migration, memories through visual spaces, and the fluid but strong connection between environment, ancestry and memories. Curated by Vidhi Thodi, the 11 artists converge on a single plane, the plurality of Sri Lankan voices that is an opportunity to build bridges across divided communities through a lens that combines thoughts, experiences, history and cultural attitudes. Welcome to November, and as the rain creates the mood, here's a tip. Just enjoy it while it lasts. We'll see you next week.